Hello everyone, Christy here from myscrapbookevolution.com. Today I'm answering a question or request that I hear a lot around the different message boards, which is how can I easily create my own collages for my project life layout spreads? Now, originally I never would have considered doing this with a digital scrapbooking template because I was kind of naive. I thought they were just 12 by 12 templates. And of course, I don't have a 12 by 12 wide format printer. But when I joined Tracy's team, I found out that Tracy had this great collection of collage templates, and the cards are already sized for me. You can see here I have a 4 by 6 card on the screen, and she also has 3 by 4 cards available. And if you look over here on the right side where I'm moving my mouse, you can see that they're broken apart into layers, and you can easily add your own text, photos, or pattern paper and decorations from a digital supply kit. I will link up all the available collage templates that Tracy has at myscrapbookevolution.com, but you should also note that whenever she creates a new Pocket Life collection, she often has new templates available, so there's lots of different options for you. So here's a card you can see that I've already created. There's a couple of reasons that I'm interested in using more of these collage style templates. One is that I have a lot of photos and I want to get them into a small space so I can include as many photos as possible on one Project Life spread. The other reason is that many of these photos I take time and time again. So I'm looking for new ways to make old common photos look interesting. This is something that I see a lot, but I just love. These are lilies that are blooming frequently in the ponds near my home. And of course, I'm going to snap photos of them every time I see them. But I don't need to print a full 4 by 6 photo of each separate lily. So you can see the collage here offers a nice option to put 4 of the photos together, and I can still share them in my Project Life spread. Now what I've done here is I've added this blue pattern paper. This was a template, so it was just easy to snap it to it. I'll show you how. And I added this ribbon here to create a border. These are both from Tracy Reed's kit that is coming out this weekend, Foundations. And I will link to that as well at myscrapbookevolution.com. I also created this using one of Tracy's templates. Now you'll notice this one shows the rounded corner here. Now when it prints, it won't have that white edge, and it's up to me whether or not I want to use a corner rounder to punch that off. This one doesn't show the corner, but it's the same thing. It's up to me whether or not I want to use a corner rounder punch. Now here, this particular template gave me 3 photo blocks, which I used the black and white photos of the trees, and it gave me a text block. Now I can, of course, choose to change out what's in the block. I can choose to put paper, I can choose to put text, I can choose to put a photo. That's the nice thing about the templates. Now this particular one is a 4 by 6, but I'm considering printing it and then cutting it in half to use in 2 3 by 4 pockets. We'll see what I do when I get to that stage. So here is the template that I've chosen to work with and I've chosen to demonstrate for you. But I do want to take a quick look here. You can see I have lots of different templates available, and you can see right here where my cursor is that I have all these different collage card choices. And as I said, it's up to me whether or not I want to put a photo, a text, or a piece of pattern paper, and I can of course add digital elements like flowers, badges, word art to any of these cards. And again, she does have 3 by 4 collage cards. I'll just take a quick look there. And it looks like some of them are one size and you can choose vertical or horizontal. Now, the difference between the 4x6 card and the 3x4 when you print, you will probably have to put 2 of the 3x4 cards flattened side by side on a flat 4x6 card. And I'll show you that on another day. But for now, we're going to add some photos to this particular collage, and I'm going to add a pattern paper to the bottom. So I'm just going to place a photo. I've got to go in my library to where my pictures are. And I'm going to work with these photos of my son feeding the neighborhood cats. So the photo is placed, and I'm just going to move it above the section. You can see right here I've moved it on the right side above the block I want to place the photo in, and I'm just going to move the photo in there. And you can resize the photo if you need to. And once the photo is above the block, you'll notice here on the right side again, see where my mouse goes over to the right side of the page. I've got the photo in the layer above the block. And now I'm just going to hit Control G and snap it to there. See, just like that. Now there's a little bit of black on the side here, so I'm just going to click on the photo and I'm just going to move it and size it so that I don't have that edge. Now let's place our next photo. Once again, go to the file, click place, select the photo that I want, and I'm going to see if this photo of all the cats together will work. I'm going to size it down a bit. May have a little bit of trouble with this particular photo because there are so many cats in it. Let me try a different one. Here we go. All right, so this one will work, but it's not, as you notice, I don't want to move this and cut the cats off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer. Actually, let me make sure I snap that to this layer. I'm going to add a new layer and cover this up, okay? Okay, so I deleted that little section there. Let me move this photo up. And I'm going to add a new shape. Let's add a new layer. That's the nice thing about the templates is that you can alter them and change them any way you want or need. Let's just draw a strip in here. And I'm going to resize this a bit. And now I'm going to add paper to both of the black sections. That's really easy. It's the same as with the photo. We're going to select place. I need to go to my library, and I've got to find my folder for Tracy Redesigns. And I'm going into her foundations kit, into the papers. And I want to select something that will look nice. Let's see what I've got. I can use a solid color or a pattern. Let's use the wood grain here. Now bring that up here. I can, of course, leave it this size, or again, I can resize it down. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. Stretch it over here. I can turn it around or do whatever I want with it. And when I hit Control G, it snaps to the correct size. Now I need to add something to this bottom black layer here. I can keep the same pattern, or I can add something else. I can also change this to text, as I mentioned. But I'm going to place another paper, and I think what I want is this colorful floral print. I'm just going to stretch this to fit. Let's see. Let's just make this fit. I'm going to drag over here down above the layer that I want it to snap to. Control G, and there it is, right where I want it to be. Now I can also add bits of elements. So let's add some ribbon. We're going to go up into the kit into the embellishments. And I'm going to choose a ribbon. I think I like this red one here. And I'm just going to move it in place. And there you go. Now up here looks like I could add a little something. Let's see what I have in the embellishments. Let's see. How about a row of these hearts? Now these are a little bit big, so let's just size them down. There we go. Just as I want it to be, and I'm going to hit Layer, Flatten, and now I'm going to make sure I save them. Let's see, let's save them in my photos. I'm going to change them to a JPEG, and I'm going to say cat card, and I usually put the date. There we go. Now this is ready to print.